Hello. For World Book Day, I'm going to read from one of the books on our school's reading canon, which is called Speechless by Kate Derbyshire. This is a book about a child called Harriet. She is 11 years old, so about year six going into year seven. She has cerebral palsy. So that is a disability which affects her brain and her muscles, and she is in a wheelchair. It's quite unusual for stories to be about children and from the perspective and the voice of a child with additional needs. So I like that this story helps us to understand the experience of somebody whose voice is not often heard. And I think that it helps us build empathy, and books are an amazing source of emotional insight to other people's lives that we may not always get to see. So I would really recommend it. It's called Speechless, and I'm going to read the first chapter to you. Chapter 1. We're having a baby. That's what she said, just like that, as though it was the most natural, normal thing in the world. But nothing would ever be normal in this family. Isn't that exciting? It all made sense now. The green face, rushing off to the loo in the middle of things, looking tired all the time. Do you know what I'm saying, Harriet? We're going to have a new baby. Mum crossed her arms in front of her, using her right hand to mimic the shape of a baby's head, the Makaton sign for baby. I sighed. Of course I knew what she was saying, and signed back, baby. I should explain. I've got cerebral palsy, and part of that means talking is hard for me. Well, talking isn't so hard. I know what I want to say. It's getting people to understand me is the hard part. I can't be bothered with it most of the time. Signing is just easier. If you're saying something simple and if the person you're talking to knows how to do it. I thought you'd be pleased, said Mum, her eyes all soppy, searching into mine as though she was begging me to understand and be happy for her. Unable to hold her gaze, I glared down at my feet, which had their usual early morning purple hue. Always cold, my legs, no matter how many blankets Mum put on the bed. Why would I be pleased? A baby was a horrible thought. Who would look after me when there was an ultra-cute vomit monster, an imposter vying for attention? And give it a year and it'll be chatting away and crawling around the house as if it owned the place, making me look even more of a thicker than I do already. Come on, don't look so worried, said Mum, stroking my face as though she could make me smile. Really, just because I'm in a wheelchair, it doesn't mean I need to be treated like some senile old granny. Dad's got just a few more contracts to tie up at work, and then we'll have him around most of the time. With both of us here, we can easily manage you and a new baby. It sounded as though she was trying to convince herself more than me. She went back to doing up the buttons of my blouse. Well, I don't know about you, but I hope it's a little girl. You'll have to help me find pretty dresses and things for her. It'll be fun. I shrugged and nodded half-heartedly. It was a bit late to ask my opinion now, wasn't it? It sounded like the deed was already done. Fait accompli. There, you look quite respectable, said Mum, shaking my tie into place. We'll just do your hair. Oh, bother, I left your brush in the kitchen, back in a mo. Pushing the round black knob of the arm of my wheelchair forward, I steered my way over to the desk and glanced crossly into the mirror which hung above it. I didn't know about having a baby around, but it would be good if Dad wasn't away on business so much. I made a face, then smiled my best smile at my reflection. Even trying my hardest, the right side of my face contorted into a grimace before the left side had a chance to catch up. I was lopsided, ghoulish. I often think I look like a witch. Hazel eyes peered dully from my heavy lids, which are framed by perfect, tidy eyebrows, made for a face that works. Actually, my eyebrows are good, definitely Mum's side of the family. I have normal eyebrows. I can put that on my resume. Witch-like kid with normal eyebrows. I brushed my hand through my hair, and my fingers caught in the tangles, which made me look even more wild and hag-like. If only I really was a witch. Perhaps I could undo some of the bad spells thrown at me by the stinking lottery of life. The hairbrush scratching through my dreadlocks brought me crashing back to reality, and Mum scraped my hair into plaits so tight I knew they would drag on my head all day. Doesn't Mum realise no one wears plaits at secondary school? There we go, Harriet. We're done, said Mum, snapping the last band into place. Now, I haven't told your brother about the baby yet. I wanted you to be the first to know. A secret Gertie thing, you know? I watched Mum's face in the mirror and saw the smile slowly fade. Actually, we are a little bit worried about everything that went wrong last time. Honestly, sometimes I wonder if Mum is like everyone else, assuming that I don't understand just because I don't speak much. She turned red though and started to look all flustered. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like that. Anyway, don't say anything to Jake yet, okay? I shook my head and made a face that I hope said, I won't, Mum. Okay, you get sorted. I'll call you when the minibus comes. Her walk was effortless and elegant as she left my bedroom. Packing my school bag with the books from Monday's lessons, I wondered if she ever thought about how lucky she was, just being able to walk. The mirror caught my attention again, and a familiar tune wandered into my head. Ever since I first heard this song, it has stuck in my mind, the constant theme tune of my life. I cannot hide from what I see. A mirror never shows the real me. Inside I laugh, inside I crave, inside I cry, inside I'm brave. I'm not what you believe, inside I am me.